Hello, beautiful people. Yeah, ignore that. I'm not camera type ready, but I don't care. Today is my review of Star Trek Lower Decks, Season 1, Episode 2, Envoys. Let's get into this video. It's warp time. Hello, guys. It's me. I am back. I watched the episode twice just to get it right. Sorry it's late, but let's get into a spoiler-free review. I think, in general, the episode was very funny and very worthwhile. We got to see new things in here that makes you think, like, all this new stuff is going on, and we got to see a new perspective from guys of, Rick and Morty, and, style of Star Trek. And what I think about the episode was that it was very good, bar none. And what was going on in these episodes is that I'm seeing from is more adult concentrated humor. And in Season 1, Episode 2, Balmalar is one of those book nerds. He's like a guy that I would relate to because I'm a Trek nerd. And it's like he knows his shit, basically. And Mariner, the black chick, and, she is one of those officers who don't take shit. She likes to bend the rules and shit. And she's not your typical Starfleet officer. While Rutherford is a part cyborg. You remember on Star Trek Discovery, what was her name? Miriam, the robot chick. She was half synthetic, half human because of an accident. I'm not going to go into details on that because... Sorry, guys. I had to do that. Look at this. See that? Yeah, you don't see it. Focus, motherfucker. Sorry for cursing, guys, but I had something on my... I had to get rid of. I'll sanitize my hands later. It's like... The cast... Captain Carol Freeman. It's like really good humor. I mean, hell, they did really good on it. I love it. The Cerritos, let me get into the Cerritos. The Cerritos is a California-class starship. And if you want an in-depth review on the Cerritos, I will research everything on the internet on the USS Cerritos. And I'll do a video on the USS Cerritos. I will. An in-depth review on the Cerritos. The one who does Star Trek Myth or Fact, I forget his name, but I'm going to send him a message saying, can you do a video on the USS Cerritos? She's a California-class ship. Boy, Lower Decks, if you're watching my video, CBS, I know you are, can you please put this out for the United Kingdom? I have people in the United Kingdom bitching to me, telling me, saying, we want Lower Decks. We don't get Lower Decks. And don't copyright me on Facebook or anything like that, because I want to help them out. So, please don't. Please don't. But what I think about this episode is that we got to see my favorite race. And meet new races, one that I'm not going to get into details because I don't even know the name of it. But it's very funny. Very, very humoristic funny. Alright, let's get into the episode. Oh my god, I forgot the episode so far. Oh my god. The episode was bar none funny. I kid you not, but let's get into the episode. So we see that Balmalar walks in, right? And he's like, look who got the appointment assignment on the ship. I'm sorry if I'm skipping things. I'm just remembering offhand. But Balmalar was saying, look who got the important assignment on the ship. And they mentioned a crew member who served only for 1 minute on the USS Enterprise. I'm like, are you kidding me? You served for 1 minute on the Enterprise. Oh my goodness, it was so funny. He's like, it was me. He was saying that all the simulations he did in the flight simulator was like so cool and shit. And all of a sudden, Bomar is like all dressed up, carrying General Karak, because he had to carry General Karak down to the planet. And Mariner comes in because she's there. She said I'm getting better than this, and she's in a, I don't know, cargo bay? Whatever. But Rutherford and Tindy is the Orion chick. So Tindy tells Rutherford, saying, I want to watch the pulsar with you. And he's like, oh, damn, because he got out, saying he was in the tubes for almost a few weeks. EPS manifolds. And he's like, oh, the other thing will take like another few weeks in the tubes. So we got to see Rutherford going through all the commands of, what was it? Command, medical, and security. Which was very funny. He flunked the command course by killing people in the simulation. Oh my goodness, which was so funny because Commander Ransom was laughing at it. Like being corny, which he is a corny mofo. I'm not gonna curse, I'm sorry guys. But when he was in sickbay, working underneath Tiana's the chief medical officer on board the Cerritos. She's a Psiation, and they're not called... No, she's not a Psiation, my bad. It's not pronounced Psiation. I keep pronouncing it Psiation. It's Cation. They're the cat people on Star Trek. And I kid you not, that he's changing all his career because he wants to go to the pulsar with Tindy. But when he's in security, he beats the shit out of a simulation on board. And the chief of security says, damn, you're a natural-born warrior. And he says, okie dokie. Which was hilarious. So, then after that, it goes into a tangent where, you know, that he's in sickbay with Tiana, right? And there's this Bajoran crewman. It's Bajoran because I can see the ridges. Got burns on his body due to the warp core. And he's working on him, and he's like, the body's like a relay, I think he said. And it was nice to see them go back when we saw the USS Discovery pick up the USS Hiawatha and pick up that engineer, Jet Reno, and Jet Reno was talking about how the body's like a computer. OMG. It was hilarious how they're going back to TNG, Discovery, all that. It was hilarious. Zaxxar. Oh my god. I think it's the Zaxxar. But we'll get into the Zaxxar in a few minutes. It was hilarious, dude. I'm not kidding you. Hilarious! So, Mariner is sitting in the shuttlecraft, right? Because she's sitting in the shuttlecraft. I'm going to get this real quick out of my head. But we'll get to that in a second. So, Rutherford is telling this crewman that's sitting there that he's working on because he has to do bedside manner to calm him down. He's stressing him out, saying, you're going to die. You should have died. Tiana gets pissed and says, "What are you telling him? Tindy, take over." Tindy goes over and tells him he's going to be fine. And she's like, "You are great at working in a body, but you have terrible bedside manner. You are not cut out for this." And he walks out. And that's when he goes on to security, because Tiana tells him to go to security. And he's in security. He beats the shit out of all this Borg simulation crap. And he goes to the bear pack, which this chief of security calls the bear pack. Oh, it's hilarious. But let me get back to the beginning of the show. I forgot about this part. There was a transdimensional being. Remember the transdimensional being on TNG when it went inside Deanna Troi and she had a baby because of it on season 2? Yes, she took that transdimensional being. It was being so bad about it. And she's like, "I want the new tricorder with the purple stripe." And she's like, "You can give me something without batteries? Give me a damn crystal." Boop! And then it goes right into the captain, which I would like to see what the hell happens with that. And the captain comes talking to one of her other people saying, "What do we say, warp time?" It's warp time, which I like that, you know? Captain Freeman. Oh my gosh, it is hilarious, dude. So, back to where we were going, Rutherford tells the chief of security that he wants to go back to engineering because he misses it. So he's going back to engineering. Meanwhile, Bomalar, or whoever his name is ready to go. He gets on the shuttle, and Mariner's there eating ramen noodles with the broth all over the controls. And she's like, "You're my co-pilot." And he's like, "What? No, how did you get this assignment?" She's like, "I pulled some strings." So she went with him, and she's like pressing the button like this, and the blast shield, and the blast shield, and the blast shield. She starts singing. Oh my gosh, it was so hilarious. So they go to deliver the Karak to the embassy for this meeting conference, and he says he wants to go down to her district to have Gok. And Mariner knows this Klingon, and she's like, "Let's go, let's go, let's go." So they go, and they get out, and he's wasted because they had drinks and shit. And it was crazy, you know, like, Bomalar gets so pissed off because it's like Mariner knows more than him, is more of a book nerd, or sci-fi badass than he is. And this guy, I forget the being again. My gosh, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of this right now. I'm sorry, but so this lady walks up to Bomar and says, "I like red and I can read your thoughts, Ensign Bomar." And they're about to kiss, and Mariner beats the shit out of this little creature. Comes out, looks like a cobra sticking her shit out. And she says, "Look, I dated one of these people. They want to mate with you to lay eggs in your throat, stupid." I was cracking my head off. And then they're walking along an Andorian district, which I'm thinking, Lower Decks, you put an Andorian district on Kronos when there's none at all. None. Hilarious, dude. Hilarious. So, they're going to the Andorian district because Mariner tells them that an Andorian that was heading to the bathroom said it. That's where Karath was. And I liked it so much. It was like hilarious, dude, because he said he was gonna quit, all that, because he got beat the fuck up by a bunch of Andorians, creatures, all this shit. Mariner steals this Taxar's money and buys everybody a drink, but this is what happened. A shape-shifting creature was shape-shifting into an Andorian, and they changed the name Andorian and put a V in it, so it's a Vandorian. Vandorian, baby. Vandorian. I was like, oh my gosh. It was so hilarious. Because he turns into a little kid and leaves. And it was a good thing to see all these Andorians and shit. So after that, they get the shuttle back and they bring the Klingon. But another thing before that, because I'm going in a tangent, because this is crazy, that this Ferengi comes out of nowhere, and Mariner is like, that's an Orion, and Bomar's like, no, that's a Ferengi. And the Ferengi's trying to get them to come with him. So they get the Klingon, drop them off at the embassy, they get back, and Mariner knows this Ferengi, and she's letting Bomar take the credit for that because she cares for her friend. She wants to be humiliated so she can get her friend some praise. Like, I thought that was very, very noble of her to do that. Like, she did that so she could feel noble and help her friend. And I'm like, that's really good, you know? So, I have to tell you, I'm sorry I went everywhere in this review, but I'm going off in my head. I have it right here on the screen. And, you know, she knows she knows a lot. Because she's done things, you know? Like, come on now. So her and the Ferengi are watching, or talking. Because she knows the Ferengi. And that was it. And then we see Rutherford and Tandy in the Jeffries tubes, and she's watching the pulsar, and she's like, this is so beautiful. He's like, yeah, it is, and he's looking at the components in the Jeffries tubes, like, that's his calling, and yeah. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Sorry it was all over the place. I just wanted to get it out. I forgot some of the species names in there. But if you like these reviews, please rate, comment, share, and subscribe. And please like this video. And I'll be back next week for Season 3 of Star Trek Lower Decks. So please stay tuned for that. And, as I always say, I'm going to start saying this. It's every time I do a Star Trek video, guys. Let me know if you like this saying. When I do a Star Trek video, it's warp time. How do you like that? If you like that, please let me know. And if you like these videos, like I said, please rate, comment, share. And if you're new, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a new video. And I appreciate all my subscribers. I had reached 1,230, and I appreciate all my subscribers. Even if you're not Star Trek fans, I just want to do these reviews because, hey, I want my fandom. I love Star Trek. Also, I'm still considering doing lives. Might do live videos and all that. I have to figure things out, but I'll do my lives. So, thank you for enjoying this video, and I'll see you next week for my Star Trek Lower Decks review. My Star Trek Lower Decks review. And I hope you enjoy. Please subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell so you will not miss a new video.